number 1 in the chat box. Okay, good to go. Just 1 second. Okay, so let me share my screen with all of you. I hope you all have received the important questions which you have, and followed by I will just discuss also what and all the things you can type over here, or what exactly you can do during your exam. Is my okay? Is my screen is visible to all of you? If yes, then you can type numerical number 2 in the chat box, and followed by maybe I will take 10 to 15 minutes to just explain you what exactly you are expected to prepare for this internal test. Okay. Okay. So any guess, anybody have the kind of questions which I have asked, like what exactly you are expected to write over there, or how you are going to attend that? If anyone who can unmute themselves and they can tell in few lines, that will be really great. Anyone or no one? See the kind of questions which I have given you, because you are not going to use the lab and all as such, neither you will be allowed with any kind of electronic devices during the test. So it is also just one kind of question paper which you will be going to write. Okay. And here, what is the best part is, in this first test alone, I am not giving any kind of outcome as such. So straightforwardly, some direct questions will be there where you can write it. Only the case study part which you have, right? Only the case study part which you have, that is connected with some kind of practicality. So that also I'll tell you how exactly it can be done with. Okay.
This call is now taking notes. This call is now being recorded.
Okay. So please understand, like writing about the features of SPSS, right? So as we are seeing it, what SPSS does, we are able to capture the data, right? Once you have any kind of raw data, you are putting it. So basically, you are preparing the data management kind of thing. Then you are calculating the descriptive statistics, and followed by you are able to calculate the advanced statistical analysis like correlation, regression, ANOVA, MANOVA, right? Chi-square, and followed by non-parametric test and all. Data visualization you are able to do with the help of scatter plot, histogram, bar charts, pie charts, and all. You can customize those graphs in dashboard also. You can predict the trend, right? Your so-called, you are working on the predictive modeling with the help of regression models. You are able to test the hypothesis, right? And moreover, it is very user friendly. It is not something like which is complicated in nature. And along with that, syntax editors are we have, right? And report generation, it can be used, and it can be used for the handling large data set, right? So among these 10, you can write at least 6 to 7 points and you can explain. Okay. Then different level measurement levels used in SPSS. So as we have already discussed, like there are three different varieties: nominal, right? Then ordinal we have, scale, that is interval or ratio we have. So nominal means which you are trying to define the name of the variable. Okay, here we don't use any kind of mathematical meaning and all. Okay, so if, for example, for male we are writing 1, for female we are defining 2. A marital status, that is single, widow, married, unmarried, and other kind of things. Department wise, right? Then ordinal we have, that is where you categorize everyone based on the rank or the order, right? And scale, quite obviously, it is goes with the equal intervals between the values, like it may be salary differentiation, age differentiation, temperature, right? All those kind of thing. Next question, which is next question or topic which we had, was the process of conducting correlation analysis in SPSS with example. So here you have to write more about these three components actually: positive, core, negative, and zero correlation. And these are the assumptions of it. Okay. Before you apply correlation, you should check whether these things exist or not. These are the levels which we discussed in the class also, like plus one indicates for what, minus one indicates for what, right? And then zero indicates for what. So this is what you can just explain, one, two lines is enough. And what are the different steps which you have? So quite obviously you'll be entering the data, you'll be defining the variables, right? After that, you will be going to correlation. To apply the correlation, you'll be going to analyze, correlate, and bivariate. Okay, and after that, you have to select the variables. So let us take, you have got two variables, right? Study hours and marks. So you can select that, and you remember one pop-up box will come. There you have to see that it is selected as Pearson two-tail, and it is flag significant correlation, means tick mark should be there. Once it is there, you can click on OK. So this is how somehow you will be getting the outcome also, like variables, study hours versus study hours, one. Study hours versus marks visit 0.984. Marks with the study hours 0.984. Marks with marks 1. Right. So what is the significant value? 0.984. Right. So you can just write down the interpretation of it, how exactly it will look for. Okay. Then procedure for generating frequency tables in SPSS. So there you can just write opening the SPSS, then going to the analyze bar. Before that, you have to define also what is data view, what is variable view, okay, and then go to analyze descriptive frequencies. So why we are doing this? So that we are going to get the ready-made tables and the boxes, charts, and all for that. What and all can be calculated there: mean, median, mode, standard deviation, minimum value, maximum value, quartiles, decile, percentile, right? Along with that, you can also create the charts, right, which you have done also, and you can click on OK. Along with that, you can also create the display frequency tables, right? So where it comes with each and every component, each and every sub variable, how many people are there, what is the frequency, what is the percentage also, right? And so once you will be doing all those things, you will be able to get the outcome over there. Next question may be nature of correlation analysis in detail. So nature of correlation means it goes with the different range actually. One is based upon the measurement of association, right? Next is indicates direct relationship. So there we have negative, positive, zero correlation and all. Then measurement is strength of the relationship. So strength of the relationship means it will start with -1 to +1. Then followed by does not establish cause and effect, right? Can be linear and non-linear, symmetric relationship based on quantitative data. Value lies between -1 to +1, sensitive to outliers, used for prediction. You remember we did some analysis also in the Excel and even in SPSS. Whenever you are removing the outliers, right? Whenever you are removing the outliers, your so-called mean value was improvising and your standard deviation value was decreasing, right? Then types of correlation, the same thing, minus, negative, zero, and all. Okay. Then next topic was, I think, difference between the different types of parametric test. So first you have to write what is the assumptions of the parametric test and why this parametric is important, right? So what kind of data should be there, what kind of scaling should be used, and this parametric test is based on what? So it is, everyone knows, it is based on the homogeneity of variances. Okay, so there are different types of parametric test: one sample t-test, independent sample t-test, paired sample t-test, one-way ANOVA, two-way ANOVA, MANOVA. Okay, repeated measures ANOVA, MANOVA is there, then ANOCOVA is there, then Pearson correlation is there, linear regression is there, multiple linear regression is there, factor analysis is there. All these are comes under the parametric test. Next, it comes with the difference between the correlation regression. So before you start understanding what it is, first you understand correlation. When we'll be talking about it, establishes the relationship, nothing else. It establishes the relationship for the further analysis, right? Whereas regression is basically used for the predicting the value, right? Is used for predicting the value. For example, if you establish the relationship between sales value, yes, if you establish the relationship between the advertisement expenditure by the company and its impact on the sales, right? So if you establish the good relationship there, it means that is a it means that is your so-called positive correlation if you have, right? So based on that, can you develop a model? So what the amount of expenditure, what is the sales you are expecting? For that, how much the expenditure should be made, right? So quite obviously, sales, we assume that it is going to be a dependent variable, and advertisement, we are going to believe that it will be an independent factor, So like that, there are so many bit differentiations are there. You can just pick seven or eight. You can just write it. Post to that, you can write at least two or three advantages, disadvantages of both correlation also and regression also. And post to that, you can just discuss about the different types of non-parametric test. So under non-parametric test, so what is the criteria? Here they don't follow the normal distribution at all. And for whenever you are going for the non-parametric test, your data can be nominal or ordinal, right? And it generally it is used for the small sample size. And this kind of data set generally it will not be affected by the outliers and all. So which are the tests which comes under the non-parametric test? One is chi-square test, Mann-Whitney U test, Wilcoxon signed rank test, Russell-Vary test, then Friedman test, Spearman rank correlation, then Kendall's 2, then sign test, conglomerate series, that is KS test also, runs test. Okay, these are the different type of test which comes under the non-parametric test. And followed by we have one more test, right? We have one more either case study or something kind of thing. Maybe they are like where they may have given you some kind of data, and they may have asked you how to do the hypothesis testing. Is there anyone who can just tell me how the hypothesis testing will be done, from where it starts and where it goes? Hypothesis testing. What is the procedure? Can is there anyone who can explain me? Anyone? If let us take you are talking about the hypothesis testing, um, what exactly you are going to do first? No one? No one is there to tell what is the hypothesis testing procedure? Okay, see, um, I'll just share. See, whenever you decided, okay, based upon the things, what you'll be doing, the first thing is that you will be trying to find out, right? So let me share. Okay, okay. So first thing is that setting the hypothesis, right? So you will be setting the hypothesis. After that, any guess now at least? This is what we used to do it in the starting 2 hours of session. We did. After setting the hypothesis, any guess? See, after setting the hypothesis, very good. So level of significance, right? So before fixing the level of significance, what you will do? You will fix the confidence level. Confidence level, very good. After that confidence level, you will fix the level of significance. After fixing the level of significance, type of test, right? Type of test. After identifying the type of test, tail, right? Tail also you will be writing. Then application of formula. So here you will be writing application of process, or you can write it procedure. So nothing but SPSS one it is. After that, interpreting the result, interpretation. of results and followed by um, okay, once the interpretation of results comes, then conclusion part, right? So this is what you will be expecting to write in any kind of report part, right? So this is what is generally happens. So first you will be defining the hypothesis. So most probably two variables are already given over there, right? Most probably two variables are already given over there. So you need not to worry much. So whatever the two variables they have given you, based on that itself you should check. Okay, so whichever the variable names they may have given, no, those two variables names you can just use and try to and then try to just make the two assumptions followed by what the hypothesis, what the kind of confidence level are you fixing, and what is the reason for that. When you are saying you are going to use this test or that test and all, so you should always talk first about the uh, like if first you should always talk about the level of significance and type of test, right, type of data which they have, and followed by you can write whether it is a one tail or two tail. So that is always going to be depend upon the, so that is always going to be depend upon the how you are framing the hypothesis over there, right? Followed by you can write the application of procedure, like how you are going to calculate that. So as most of your components or most of the things are there in the hypothesis in this analyze tab itself, right? And analyze, if you are going for a descriptive and all, you can go with the descriptive part. Otherwise you can directly go for the other things as well. Okay, and finally you can just assume some values and you can just write down it, and you can just see whether what is the final conclusion are you getting over here, right? So this is what the whole content which you are supposed to go through. Okay, so what I will do, I will get this part, your so-called this word file, to be available to you so that you can just refer this. I think this one will give you the clear idea about what exactly the content you are supposed to write. So though actually it is a practical paper, but we are not giving going for the lab or as such. So quite obviously you can at least go through this much content first for your internal exams and other kind of thing, right? So is this will be enough for your AAT which you are going to write on Tuesday? Kindly respond. If you are okay, you can unmute yourself, or else you can type in the chat box also. Will this much will be enough? Okay. Is there anyone who feels this is itself is more? Okay. So I'll share this file with all of you and you can just refer it. And still, if anybody is having any doubt or something, you're most welcome. You can text it. So most probably till tomorrow evening, I will be able to respond you. Okay. So I think we are done with. So is there any other one who is having any kind of query or something? You're most welcome. You can unmute yourself and you can ask. If not, then maybe we will just end up the session in few seconds. Okay, so just text if everything is fine. You can type numerical number 3. If you feel, if you feel no, we have to, um, still the things are required something, you can type numerical number 4 as well. Okay then. So I think we are done with. So I will end the session now in maybe a few minutes, and you will receive this file within 5 to 7 minutes from now. Okay. So have a nice time to all of you. Take care. Have a good day. God bless you all.